Hi everyone, welcome back to my life. Yes, this is the sixth show, okay, of my season 2. Welcome. Today I have a great guest, okay, to share with you how to own more properties all the way from Taiwan. Yes, we are streaming live from Taiwan today. Yes, and many people ask me, is this a recorded show or a live show? I receive a lot of SMS. Okay, just for information, all these presentation or talks are live. Okay, that's why we call it my live show. Yeah, and before that, okay, let me thank OCR Properties for sponsoring season 2 of my live show in Facebook. Yeah, thank you. And yes, go to their website. Okay, go to their website. There's a lot of projects they have. Okay, now they are selling the main. They have solar. Yes, go and have a look. They have good projects. Yeah. Okay. That and let's go forward. Yeah. Let me introduce KC Lau. KC, where are you? KC,
Hey, Michael. Yeah,
welcome. Welcome.
yeah. You gave you gave the announcement already. I'm like in Taipei right now.
Yes.
Yeah,
Some people might not know who are you. Okay, my friends might not know who are you. Okay, but let me tell you first. KC Lau is an author. Okay, he is very famous in financial planning. Okay, online. Okay, he likes to go online. So today he's with us. Yes, I'm very thankful he accept my invitation. Yeah, Casey, maybe you tell us a little bit about yourself.
yeah. Actually, it's really my pleasure to be here. So,
Mm.
whenever I met some people that we don't know, and most common question we ask is like, "Hey, what do you do?" Right? So I'm always having trouble answering that. Also, I finally like settled down with this word I call financial educator. So I call myself, yes, I'm an author. I train people too, and I also run my business. So we are generalists. We run a little bit of everything. Then, what is my job title? I say, okay, I'm a financial educator. So basically my business is providing financial literacy to people who like to learn it. So mainly I serve the Malaysian market. So if
Mm.
you don't know me, probably you don't watch a lot of YouTube video, or you don't go to website much to search for this information. But today, if you see me, thanks. Let's connect.
You go and search for KC Lau. I think a lot of things about you can find on internet. KC is KC Lau, Lau, right?
That's correct. Yes.
You search for that. Okay, he's everywhere on internet. Okay, now as Casey is in Taiwan, we should ask him how is Taiwan, Casey.
I just came to Taiwan from US, from United
Yes,
States. So
yes, yes,
I was in Portland, Oregon.
yeah.
So when it started lockdown 2020 March, right, and then later on we got vaccine. So in America we are very fast to be vaccinated. So I got my vaccine before I left
Oh, that's
US. So
mm.
now US, they have a new mask mandate. That means if you're vaccinated, you don't have to wear mask.
Oh, really?
so,
Oh,
so
really?
and then what happened? Yeah, but then what happened? I don't know is whether it's the whole US, but some of the state, yes. So
Mm. Mm.
and then I came here. Taiwan has very low COVID cases, and we were
Mm.
quarantined for 14 days. So I was like looking people walking on the street without mask. I'm so happy to see them. I'm saying one day I'm gonna come out be like that. And then when I came out, Taiwan is the cases shot up. Uh,
Oh,
just to clarify, it has nothing to do with me. I'm still in the hotel.
are you
so
still in quarantine? Are you still in
no, we
quarantine,
are
Casey?
out already. I'm 2 weeks out of hotel, so I'm now in a
Okay,
Airbnb. Yeah.
okay, good.
uh,
Because in Malaysia, okay, in Malaysia, is you are caught without a mask, okay, is 5,000. If you are caught not scanning my Sejahtera apps, okay, is 5,000. If your business owner is 50,000. Okay, how about Taiwan? Do you have something like my Sejahtera apps?
They don't use Sejahtera app, but they do enforce the mask mandate. So that means you are, even whenever you go outside, you have to wear the mask, and everywhere you go in, of course you have to scan and you have to send a message so that they know. They are not using app here, but if you don't wear a mask, then of course they are going to fine you. One day, what happened is that I went for a jog. I went for a jog, and then I didn't wear a mask, but I used a cloth bandana, to cover the face. Yes. So after the run, I went into a shop, and then suddenly the guys asked me, "Hey, do you have your mask inside there?" Because it's covered, right? Okay, I'm like thinking, "Hey, I'm wearing my pants, and you are complaining that I'm not wearing my underwear." Okay, well, no, I didn't show that. I say, okay, I don't have a mask. Okay, sorry, I'll go out then. Yeah, people are quite, here they are quite scared, so they really demand you to wear mask.
In Malaysia, we are advised to wear two masks now. Not one. And for those who are with us today, thank you for coming in. If you want to buy a mask, buy a good one. It must be the BFE must be 98% and above. Below that, it's no use for COVID-19. It has to be a BFE 98% and above. Then it's useful. But we don't find people not wearing two masks. It's compulsory to wear at least a mask. Okay. KC, I believe that you have a presentation for us. Okay, you have a presentation on how to own more properties. Yes, we want to hear from you. Okay, yes, our admin is sharing here. Okay, KC, please go ahead and present to us.
Okay, good. Thanks. I'm going to share a little bit about my limited knowledge. Of course, I'm not a property guru, and there are many gurus out there, and you can always learn from them. So this is just my experience sharing, and I'll just share whatever I know to you guys. So today's topic, how to own more properties. And we are going to cover what it takes to acquire more properties. So before we get to that, I want to ask you a question right now so that you can answer in the comment. What do you think? What it takes to acquire more properties when you want to own more, you want to buy more of the properties? What are the ingredients that you need, right? So please type in the comment. Let me know. What do you think is required? And also, we're going to talk about where to find your capital. We'll cover how to get more financing. Of course, Michael is the expert here. And some key takeaways, right? So a little bit about myself. I published 6 books. And in fact, I just came out with the latest one this year. It's called Money Smart. And all the book you are looking at on the screen right now, those are all out of print because I think the first one, it came out 2008. This year is 2021, so it's more than a decade old. And this is the latest one. So it's called Money Smart, how to achieve your goals, financial goals, faster with less. So these are basically all the money tips, financial knowledge that I've gathered over the years doing this business and learning from many successful people. And it's kind of like all the things that it's compressed together in this book. So if you want to get it, it is at Popular Bookstore, MPH bookstores, or you can buy it at the bookstores online, and you can find it on Shopee also. Okay. So today's topic is about how to own more property, right? So this picture is the house we have in Oregon. So by the way, I still own this house. We didn't sell it. I wrote a blog post about why we still keep that house. You can check out on my website if you are interested to know. So I don't own many properties. In fact, I don't own a lot. I just have 2 apartments right now, and I used to have a 1 single-story terrace house, which was sold a few years ago, and then I also have a semi-detached house, which we also sold before, and we still own 1 semi-detached house, and we have this bungalow in US, and we have 4 shop houses or shop lots or office lots, and 1 small factory, a small one, and we are in the process of acquiring another condo. So these are all the properties I have. Was not a lot. I guess a lot of people own more than me, right? But today's topic is about you. You know, how you too, if you want to buy a few more properties, how can you do it, right? So I'm just sharing my information. So what is required to own more properties? So Michael, is there anybody like type in the comment for the question I asked just now?
No comment. They write other things.
They
Okay.
write other things.
They want more. There's one comment by Chok Chin Hong. She says more money. I don't know what she means.
Okay,
They
more
want
money.
more money.
Yeah, that's
How
right. So
more money? Yes.
what's required to own more property? So
Yes.
yeah, I agree with you. Right. So
Yes.
the first thing, definitely you're right. The first thing we're talking about here is like the first ingredient you need is capital, right? So money is capital, right? Capital is money. And then the second thing we're going to cover is financing. So if you want to have more of your own money, and then you can also have more of other people's money who can lend it to you to buy the properties. So that's part we call financing, right? And then the third one is actually knowledge. So first the knowledge, the skills, or the capability to buy more property, buy more profitably. So this we will cover roughly a little bit. So the first one, when we're talking about capital, right? Where is your capital? So when the person started working, you have your salary there, and of course, salary when you get it, it is like after you contribute to EPF, right? And because you contribute to EPF, your employer also contribute their parts to the EPF, and then you still don't get all the salary for yourself, right? Because you still need to pay tax. After you pay tax, and then you pay all the other expenses, and some people have not much expenses, but some people have a lot. And after expenses is what is left, right? So the saving. So I guess the first capital that you can get to buy your property is through your saving from your or your income. So 30% is what I suggest. So this is like my rule of thumb: is if whatever money you made, if you can just save 30% of it, then you are going to be doing all right. So I'll say you will have no trouble buying more properties if you have this kind of money habit. Okay, so the first capital, it comes from your saving. So your saving, whether you use your saving to invest in stocks or in bonds or unit trusts, whatever, so it's all your saving. So all this fund, you can use it to buy property if you want to. And apart from the savings, now we are talking about another capital that some people overlook. So it's actually your EPF money. No, because EPF money, once you put it in there, it will stay in there until at least like 55 years old only. Then you can withdraw those funds to for your own retirement. But for owning a house, for buying properties, EPF does allow you to withdraw a certain percentage from your EPF to do that. So there are 2 ways to withdraw that. So basically, the account 2 is what you can withdraw, and account 2 consists of 30% of your EPF contribution or your EPF funds. You can take out 30% of it, and then from that 30%, you can use 2 options to withdraw. So the first option is as a down payment, or you can use it to pay off your loan principal. So this is the first option. the first option doesn't help with a cash flow, but the second option help with a cash flow, because second option is when you already have a home loan, you have a housing loan, and then you can withdraw your money in account 2. They will put it aside, they will set it aside, and then they will give you monthly equivalent to your installment or less, but it cannot be more than your installment. So if you can set aside, maybe 13 months or 15 months, whatever you have in your account 2, then actually help you with cash flow. You get more money, and that money you can, of course, is your capital to buy a house. Okay, so we covered 2 already, and another one, the third. This is talking about the property. So if you already have 1 or 2 or 3 properties, and the property balance sheet, it looks like this. You can see my mouse point, right, Michael?
Yes.
Okay. So thank you, and the market value of the properties, and then you have your outstanding loan. That means the mortgage you have, and whatever is left here is the equity. So that means the net worth of what you own of that property. That's what we call the equity of the house. So when you start paying a loan, you pay for a while, a few years, then you start to build up this equity, because your loan is you are paying down your loan. And when that happened, also another magical thing happened, because properties, if you buy the right one, it should appreciate in value. So when the market value goes up, so you can see like your house is getting bigger. That what it means, the value is getting higher. So the capital appreciation here, it also contributes to your equity. So when this happens, if you refinance your house, then you can cash out the equity here, right?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah. So when you get that, this can be your capital to buy more property as well. So I think a lot of property investors do that. Michael, right? Michael, your customers, I guess, your clients, a lot of them also do this.
Is doing this. What they do is either they refinance to another bank, they get a top up. Okay, they get a top up money. They use this to pay for the down payment of the property they are buying for investment. Okay, and some of them they have leftover. They use the leftover money to pay maybe 1 or 2 year installment. So 1 or 2 year, it's like what you say, is all planning. Okay, how you plan it. So the 1 2 years they don't have to pay anything. They use the money from the refinancing property. I even have a customer. Okay, he already finished paying off his house loan. So what he did is he refinanced. We call it free from income risks and bank term. So what he do is he refinance it to get a cash out of 400,000. Okay, if I'm not mistaken, 400 approved by the bank. His money is low. His property is worth around 1/million when we value it. So it's quite easy to approve. So he used the 500,000. Okay, part of it to buy a property. Okay, to buy the property, and also part of it to keep for rainy days. So because he knows that in future they might have no rental or what, he hedged against that, so he keep that to pay. Okay, like now COVID cases is coming in, all these things. If he don't have any rental, he can use the money to pay. Yeah, this is how it does. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, Michael, when you bring up that point, right? When you bring up that point that when people refinance and keep that cash, that is such a smart thing to do, And I mean, I heard a lot of advice where you please pay off your loan as fast as possible. So some people they use whatever liquid money they have, their bonuses, their savings, they just pay down their loan. So after the loan is paid down, only they can start building up cash. But what happened is that when you're halfway there, right? You're halfway there, like 500,000, you pay another 300,000, you're still left with 200,000, but your installment's still running. Then like COVID happened, and you cannot work, you don't have cash flow. And what happened? You cannot ask the bank, hey, give me back my money that I prepaid because I need it right now.
But it's not easy to take a loan from the bank nowadays. Because of COVID, going forward, because now we are under FMCO for information. Okay, now we are under FMCO, not MCO, FMCO, full lockdown. They're supposed to be full lockdown. Okay, so what I understand from the bank is, let's say, if you are 50% okay, on approval side, better don't sign, because they will reject. So not that easy anymore. That's why financial planning, as what you say, is very important. No, for me, KC, if I don't have 12-month installment of the property, if I cannot pay 12-month installment upfront, I will not buy the property. Even if the property is so good, so cheap or whatever, but I know that 12 months I don't hedge. If something happen, I cannot afford to pay, I will be in trouble. This is my take. And also, let's say, the property I'm saying now, okay, I will never refinance or to top up money using my own property, okay, for property investment, the money. I will not touch. What I'll do is I will only do it for my invested property. For my own stay, I will not touch, I will not get additional money. I will just want to pay down. This is me lah. Okay, I don't know about others.
I mean, like when I was in the US, right? So after the US have the subprime crisis in 2008, right? Right after. After that, now their banking regulation is quite robust. Because we got a mortgage there in the US as well. So they really require you to have like maybe 6 months to 12 months of your money upfront. That means they want you to know that you at least have that money, liquid money, to pay the installment after you got a loan. So this is one thing. And the second thing is your down payment, your money, all have to have trail. That means they have to know your money is already there. Yes. You cannot like suddenly now you want to buy a house and then your account overnight come out with 100,000. So they are going to question you. Where does this come from? Is it coming from your where? Where is it?
Malaysia, we do scared. The bank are scared. You overnight. Tomorrow you want to buy. Today you only put money in your saving or FD. The bank can see through very fast, right?
Okay, should we continue?
Okay, wait, one more. I have some question here. Okay. I have some. You want to take some question? You want to take some?
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, definitely, we can do that.
Okay. Okay. Jing Ying was asking, some bank treat it as advance payment and not save any interest in your this one maybe they were asking a bank question. You pay extra. The bank will don't treat it as extra payment to a principal. If you don't inform the bank, maybe I can answer for you on your behalf.
Hey, definitely, because you work in a bank before. Not me, I didn't work with a bank before. This is a question for you.
I think this question is for me. No, if you pay extra, if you are getting a conventional loan, you need to inform the bank that you pay extra. If you don't pay extra, that extra payment that you make, you will go into your next month additional payment. Next month prepayment. It doesn't save on your interest. So whatever you want to pay extra, you need to inform the bank. But if you have a flexi loan, you don't need. Anytime you can pay off. Okay, you don't have to inform the bank. But conventional, please remember, you must inform the bank. Okay? Those who just came in, thanks for coming in. We have Sylvia, Siolin, Jean, Jervis, Jing. Okay, a lot of people. Okay, a lot of people are with us. Audience with us. KC with us on the Facebook Live today. Okay, 100 over people. Okay.
Hello.
Those who say, please help us to do this. please like and share this. We want to learn more from KC, right? Or else KC will feel bored. So few people coming in, right? And remember, ask more questions. Yes, we cannot take questions all together. Later on, there will also be Q&A. I will take up the question and ask KC about this. KC, please continue.
Okay, let's continue. So we talk about three places where you can get your capital, right? The first one is your salary, your savings. The second one will be the EPF, right? If you have EPF, you can use that. And the third one will be the equity of your house, of your properties, right? Whatever it is. So let's recap. So in order to have capital to invest in more property, to own more, then of course you have to have high saving rate, right? The higher it is, the higher saving you can have, then the more capital you have. And also the other one is you have to make more money. So this is natural answer, right? You just have to make more money. And cash out from refinancing. Sorry, I didn't get you, Michael.
No, I was just saying somebody commented before making more money. Then there you have it.
Yeah, you're right. Okay. So let's get to the second one. So the second one will be talking about financing, the financing part. So I'll just quickly go through. I'm not an expert here because the expert is Michael when you're talking about financing. If you have any question, you ask, Michael will answer you for this session. Okay. So for income, when you make it, so I'm talking about DSR here. So when you have income, you contribute to EPF. Then after you contribute to tax, so your PCB, right? PCB, your company will deduct your taxes every month. Right. And it will be based on that net income. Then they calculate the DSR, right? So maybe it can be 60%, 30%, depending on banks and depending on your income level or your job or what kind of income you have, right? Then they are going to have a certain percentage of DSR. And let's talk about DSR. Debt service ratio. So when they calculate the debt service ratio, they also include all your commitments. So I'm going to zoom out the commitments and we're going to look at that, all your commitments. So all your commitments is all your loan obligation. So the first one is mortgage installment, of course, if you have existing mortgages, and then your car loan, right, or your vehicle loan, your credit card. So if you have any outstanding, it will count 5% of it. So the outstanding, it doesn't matter you carry forward or not. So if when they pull your record, your credit card have outstanding there, although you pay it off every month, right? That amount will count into the credit card, 5%. And then personal loan installment, it will show up in your secrets report too. And then your PTPTN installment, and of course, also, if you have margin financing, that means you are taking financing from your stocks portfolio to buy. So it's kind of like OD. And they calculate about the same way like credit card. I think they take 10% or what. Michael, did they take 10% from margin financing?
Yeah. Margin
10%.
Margin financing, maximum, some bank give 90%. And if you have a special case, you are under the special packages by the government, then you can get up to 100% financing. But that is all depend on your DSR, like what you say. DSR is
no, Michael. I'm when I talk about the margin financing here, is for the stocks. That means like some people they get I have margin financing too. I mean, I buy stocks, and then I take financing from the stocks. I use the stocks as a collateral to get OD.
Some banks, they take in stocks as calculation in your DSR. Not so much on DSR as a supporting documents. Okay, supporting document, not on the DSR. But most banks do not take share financing in as calculation. Okay, then maybe
they don't calculate.
Yeah, they don't take that. Yeah.
Okay,
but
good.
They look at the on shares. They look at the latest price of the share. Then they do the calculation from there. Okay.
Okay. So these are your existing commitments, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Michael. And so these are your existing commitment. And then what is left is what is the allowable loan eligibility you can get, right? So these are the green part. So this is basically, if you use that green part every month and then you times 200 is roughly the loan amount that you can get.
Yes.
Very simple way to calculate that. And I think now could be more because the interest rate dropped. Maybe you can time 250 or something.
Now interest rate as low as, if not mistaken, you can get plus all the spread, everything. We call it effective lending rate, the net rate. You can get between 2.9% to 3.2 or 3.5%. If you're not so strong, if you're not that strong on your income is not that strong, you might get an average of 3.3 or 3.2. If you're a strong credit customer, then they give you can appeal for 2.9. That is very low, compared to last time when I was in the bank. When I was in Standard Chartered Bank, you know how much is the interest rate, KC? That was 20 over years ago. You know how much interest rate people are paying?
8-9%.
No.
13.
8-9% is too low. 13. When the crisis happened, they pay up to 13%. No? So now you are paying like average, let's say 3% is how many times more?
Yeah. Historically, we have never have this kind of like low interest, right?
No, I think this is the lowest you can get. The OPR is only at 1.75%. It's very low. Last year it went down 5 times. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So another part here. Thank you for the information. And another part here we are talking about that is if you have your properties which is getting rental, then in fact you can increase your DSR too, right? Because that rental is calculated as part of your income.
Correct.
Okay, so this is how you play with the financing. So whenever you talk about financing, this is very important. You have to know your existing DSR, right? Then how much you still left with to borrow more money. So this is the thing we always look at. Okay, when you talk about financing, you have to have good credit scores,
Definitely.
right? Definitely, and you have to have high and stable income. So if your income is very stable, then banks like it. But sometimes some people, they have high income but it's unstable. That means sometimes it's 20,000, sometimes 10,000, sometimes 5,000, but sometimes 40,000. So the banks also like scratching their head, right? So they normally give a discount. Right?
Normally what they do is they take in 6 months average. Normally this is more on those business owner. They take in average. Yeah.
Okay, so of course, if you have predictable income, banks will like it more, right? They don't require so much information already, right? They said, you're looking in a good company, stable pay, right? They will like that. And of course, if you want to have a lot of financing to get mortgages to buy more properties, then you have to avoid other debts. You have to avoid your credit card debts. You have to avoid getting big car. You don't pay like 4,000-5,000 a month for car, right? And then you can use that 4,000-5,000 to buy a few more properties. So that's the tricks. And also, if you have properties that has high rental yields, that means your property is giving you very good cash flow every month. The income coming in, then it helps because it increase your income, which is stable income. You increase it, then you have more DSR to play with. Okay, and final part is documentation, right? You have to prove all this income. Well, it works. It's a real income. It's not phantom income. So documentation is very important.
Yeah, you cannot fake it out. Anytime you fake it, the bank will know. The bank have ways to say. Let's say EPF. Oh, people like last time during my time, people like to fake their EPF, fake their savings account. do you know that the banks have a way to check with EPF documents department to see whether it's true or not? Yes, very easy to fake EPF document. You get the font right, all this, but they have a link to EPF department. Yeah, I
see.
also seen before. KC, you might be surprised. I also seen before documents saving account password. Last time got saving account password. You know what they do? They blank out the name. They write. They blank out the person name. They write their name in pen. Is this fake?
Oh.
Oh my God! I saw it. I say, I don't know what to say to the customer. It's so fake. And then you also no, the bank, because you are dealing with banks, they are the one who's going to give you a few 100,000 loan. Don't you think they will check on us, check everything before they give you the money? Karen, Casey, Karen.
Yes. Thanks for the stories. I mean, it's true. It's true, definitely. And okay, now we cover the first capital, and then the second, you have to be smart to get more financing, and then the third one, of course, if you have knowledge, you have the skills, then you will be able to acquire more property. So what I mean here is that if you know how to buy more undervalued properties, that means that every property you buy, you already make money, right? Because it's undervalued, and if you buy undervalued, usually you will not fork out a lot of capitals, so you don't need more capitals, right? And then if you buy properties with very high rental yield, they churn out income to you, then it help with your DSR, it help your income, help with everything. So banks also like it, right? And then if you can build a team, network, you have people who can help you with all this, and it will be much easier, to find good deal, to close the deal, right?
This I second you. Build a team and network. Very, very important. A team is like you have bankers, you have valuers, you have property agents, you have everything. So if you have a team, your things are much easier. Oh, this one I really seconded what you say.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That's right. So like if you want to know more about financing, then you look for Michael, right? Yeah. and also if you understand property cycles, then you try to buy at the correct time most of the time. Then it will be much easier for you to find undervalued properties, good deals, easier to get financing, things like that. So if you understand that, you will play the game much better than those people who don't. So I've covered everything. So the rest is just recap. Now we talk about the first thing you need is capital. You have to have high saving rate, make more money, cash out from a refinancing. The second one about financing, you have to have good credit scores, high and stable income, avoid other debts. Properties with high rental yields help very much. Do your documentation right. And then the third one is knowledge. You have to know how to find the undervalued properties, do your due diligence, buy properties with high rental yield, build your team, your network, and then you understand the property cycle. So if you can do all this, you will have no trouble buying more and own more properties.
Thank you, Casey. Casey, I have one question. Somebody just SMS me. Okay, they was asking since you are in US, okay, you're US before, you have a mortgage in US, right? So you are
yes.
What did you go through? What the banks really look at? What you go through towards the financing of your units? What do they request to see?
Okay. It's about the same. It's about the same in wherever you are, because a bank, when they want to lend you money, they have to make sure that you have that income, right? So if I'm going to get the loan, frankly speaking, it will be impossible for me to get the loan because I don't make money in the US.
Correct.
Right? Yeah. So I make money outside of the US. So they cannot verify my income. So they will definitely not lend me money. but of course I moved to US because my wife moved to US, so I'm following my wife. She got a job, yes, and then she got a high paid job in a very good company. So based on that, she got the loan. And what surprised me is that we bought our house within the first month.
Oh,
in US. When the time we land on US until the time we move into a house is exactly 1 month, 30 days.
Means when you buy your house, signing sales and purchase agreement, getting a loan, all that within 1 month. Oh, in Malaysia,
yes,
4 months. So it how many days does the bank takes to approve the loan?
1-2 weeks or 1 or 2 weeks, I think. 1 to 2 weeks.
But they release so fast, they don't have to go to so many steps. In Malaysia, we go to a lot of steps. Oh, you don't have that?
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful.
It's actually surprised me too, because when we moved there, we never thought of we can buy a house so soon.
Yeah.
Because the first thing I doubt is that how could we get financing, right? Unless I'm carrying all the cash there to buy.
Yeah.
So the property costs us more than 2 million ringgit. So what happened is the first thing I found out that we can actually buy is the first thing we do when we get to US, the first day, open bank account.
Okay.
Right. The first thing is open bank account. So when we open bank account, luckily we have credit record because we were there in 2011. So we have very high credit score. What happened is that during that time, that was like 2012, we were relocated for a year. We know that it is a two-way move. We went there and then we are going to come back. We have to be back in Malaysia. But what we did is we used a credit card. So we apply for a credit, and then that time is what happened. We also don't make money in the US, so they are not going to give us a credit card. and then what happened is they have what we call secured credit card. That means we put $300 in the bank account. We put $300 as a collateral, and then they give us a credit card limit $300. Okay. Yeah. So basically, it's our money. So our limit is just 300. So we use that card. We use a little bit a Netflix subscription. Buy some stuff in Amazon, things like that. So and that card actually built up our credit record because I didn't cancel that card when we left. So I still keep that card going. So our credit score is high. So the first thing, our credit score is high, and then once I found out our credit score is high, and then I asked the bank, in my wife's situation, are you going to lend her money, right? She just got here.
Yes.
But we don't even have the first pay slip yet. We only have the offer letter. We have the working permit. Okay. That's it. We have the visa. So, but the banks are actually, majority of the customers are from that company. So they are very comfortable. So yes. So they say, okay, we can lend you money. Then they spark. So the first day they spark the idea, I have to buy a house. So of course we have to come up with the money So that's why I talk about before, when they actually question us, where your money come from. So you have to prove that, because your down payment, you have to show your money, where does it come from, because you just land in US.
The margin of finance you're getting in US?
We are getting 90%.
So high?
Yes.
Without record? Wow.
No, it's actually called 80 plus 10, because in the US it's like that. It's a little bit different. They have no problem lending you 80% if you have the down payment, But if you want to get another 10%, it will be a different loan. So it's kind of like OD. So the rate is higher.
Something like
for the other 10%.
We do have like 90 plus 10. That one bank will have 10% is for they call it renovation loan. Yes, interest rate higher and lesser years to borrow 10 years.
Ours is the 10% is kind of like OD. So that means you don't pay off, it's fine. But the rate is like twice the normal loan term loan.
Okay. Oh, that means the bank is banks in the US is also flexible, but at least you.
Yes.
Then do you have to be a permanent resident in US to apply, or foreigner also can apply?
No, in our case, we are working. I mean, my wife was working there, so we are not permanent resident, because once you get there, we don't have green card yet. You still have to apply, and we got the green card. Maybe it's more than 15 months down the road. Only we get a green card. So so for foreigner, they I guess it's just like bank lah. They want to know your income is stable, then they will lend it to you.
I see.
But all your income overseas is, they don't care. You can say however rich you are. You can say you're multi-millionaire or whatever. If you don't bring your cash there and then put it in the US, they are not going to care.
It must be in a bank.
Yes.
So your bungalow is still there. So what is happening to your bungalow now?
We are renting it out.
Renting out. Is the rental good there? Oh,
The
very
rental
good.
is actually very good. It covered my installment and property taxes. So basically, it's break even right now. If I don't have a property manager, then I can make some money, like some cash flow, but we have to pay the property manager. So it's break even right now. Yeah.
Oh, but you are using a property manager to manage.
Yes.
Every month they will collect the
And they are
rental.
expensive. They are very expensive.
Mind me asking, how much do they charge? How many percent?
They charge me 8% of the rental.
8% of the rental for every month.
Yeah, every month, ongoing. Right?
How is the interest rate you are paying in US?
Less than 3%.
Oh, less than 3. Oh, that's a good
Yes.
deal. That's a good deal. Okay,
Not bad.
At least now in Malaysia, you're paying. If you are good, credit rating, we call it good credit rating customer. So you'll be paying around 2.9. I got for my customer recently at 2.9%. Okay, my customer of mine did a refinancing, a top up. Okay, a top up. So what happened is that we streamlined. Initially when we spoke, there's at least 5-6 banks that is suitable. So one by one, after talking to him, one by one, we knock it off. Then we at the end we only have 2 banks. From 2 banks, somehow I knock it off to 1 bank, because to him, any bank can lend to him. His income is good enough to get approved. So that's how I do financing. So very important is that what is your objective? Is your objective to consolidate your loans to pay your installment lower, or your objective is to use extra money for property investment? It's different now. So the packages that you take, okay, is different. Okay, it's different again. Just 1 minute. Amy, can you just put up our faces? I think no need slide anymore. Can see you better. Okay. So that's what I do. The objective is important. So like your financial planning, if you don't have an objective, you don't know, all right? So in financial planning, like I've been in your Facebook Live. I also feature in your your live online show.
Webinars.
Your webinars. Yeah. I know. I pick up here and there, and yes, you need to really plan when you want to retire. Okay, you want to retire age 60. You want to retire age 55. You want to retire age 50. Okay, you need to really plan out. Not that you just move day by day. Okay, we really need to plan. This is what I believe lah. What I believe. Yeah. Yes. Before that. Yes. Thanks for coming in. I have some question for you. Okay. Some more question. Oh, somebody asked you for stock investment. KC, Oh, this is one of your favorite also, right? I know. KC has been talking about a lot
Yes,
on stock investment, right? Yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah.
yes, yes.
This is from Ng Xia Lu. Okay. For stock investment and property acquisition, which one is lower risk during this pandemic, or which one? Stock or property? Okay, during this pandemic, which one is better? Which one is better?
I, you know, this is quite a common question, but you have to
Mm,
look at it differently because this is now the question is about risk, right? So how risky are you when you are doing something? So I don't look
mm,
at the asset class as risky or whatever, but myself, we
mm,
mainly invest in stocks and properties. So these are the two things we invest. So we don't invest in
mm,
other asset class. Uh,
mm,
so
mm,
which one is risky? It actually depends on the
mm,
investor himself. So do you know what you're doing? So do you have the knowledge? Do you have the skill to do that? So just give you a very simple analogy. A very simple analogy.
mm,
Riding bicycle, do you think it is safe or risky, right? So for a child, it's very risky when he still doesn't know how to ride a bicycle, right? You put him in a bicycle, he'll fail. Right?
yes.
If you put him on the road, he is going to fail and he's going to get injured, right? So,
Yeah.
but for us, it's not risky because we have been cycling for so many years, right? So it's the same thing. It's like driving cars, going for a jog, things like that. So investing in stocks and properties is also the same. So if you have knowledge, in during this time, uh, you just have to when you have the knowledge to find the good deals, to evaluate the thing, then it will not be risky for you. So I don't think uh, whether the stocks will be riskier or the property will be riskier, but the risk is actually lies on the person himself, the investor himself.
I think I second that also. Knowledge is important. Yes, I also start stock investment recently. Yeah, I'm not an expert. Okay, I have to study before I go into stocks. I started. I think. Oh no. I started since last year. Okay, since the MCO. Yes, I follow my cousin to buy also. Even because
Mhm.
I'm not expert, I rather follow someone who knows stock investment very well to buy. Okay, like
Mhm.
KC is also well versed in stocks apart from properties. Yeah. So I do listen to your talks. Okay, you have some gurus on talking about stock investment, right? Some people are
Yes.
of so you need to learn. Yeah. Yes, property is easy for me, not stock investment. So if you ask me property and stock investment, like what KCC says, knowledge is very important. At least you must have the basic.
Yeah.
Like property, if you don't have the basic, it's just people say buy, then you buy. Sometimes people might be wrong. Okay, you need to do your own research. Like stock investors for me, I also do my research. My cousin say buy. I don't just go and buy. I also do my research. I'm comfortable with the counter, then I follow. If
Mhm.
I'm not comfortable,
Mhm.
I don't buy. I don't buy. Yes, yes. Win or lose, in stock investments, there's always a win or lose. We try to lower down the losing part. We try to lower down,
Mhm.
we win more. Yeah, out of 10 counters, hopefully we win 8, we lose 2. Same like in properties, if you have your knowledge, okay, on hand, you know where to buy, your risk will be much lower. Yeah. Okay. We have
Yeah. Good.
another question for you. Anything want to add, Casey?
I
If,
have a freebie for you guys. Actually, I have something for
okay.
you. Do you want me to share it right now?
Can
I need the screen again. I need to share the screen. So
yes. Yes.
they're coming out right.
Okay.
So okay. So I have
Ah,
this free ebook. It's called Money Tips.
mm,
I've been giving this out for quite some time. So if you haven't heard of it, then this is
mm,
the time where you can download and read my ebook. This is very short. This is like 100 pages, and the pages is small, so you can finish it. I mean, like 1 or 2 hours. You can read it. So I have a no time wasted guarantee. I have a no time wasted guarantee to read it. If you read it 15 minutes, if you find it useless, it doesn't help you in any way, just reply my email with your bank details. I will pay you 10 ringgit. I will treat you a nasi lemak and plus a teh tarik. Okay, when the MCO is over. Okay. If you find it useless, right? If you find it useful, then you share it with other people, right? Okay. So this is the link to download it. Is at kclau.com/MII.
Remember that, kclau.com/MII. You want to get this? How many pages? 100, right?
100 pages.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. It's free. Somehow give you money. Ringgit Malaysia, $10.
Yeah, it's free.
If you reply, wow, first time I hear someone give money. Read someone give money. Free is good, very good enough already.
Yeah, you know what I when I put up this offer, right? I also get people critique on. They say, but free already, then you still give money, must be scam lah. Of course it's not scam. It's not scam. I say if you find you read it, I just ask you to read it. So read for 15 minutes. So if you read 15 minutes, then you find it doesn't helpful, doesn't give you anything useful, then that means you wasted 15 minutes, right? So you wasted 15 minutes, then I'll compensate you lah, and treat you a meal lah, right? At least you got paid for your time.
Oh, you
yeah.
I heard this, some more this. No, actually, everyone should get a free ebook. Okay, actually, everyone. Oh, definitely, I will ask for a free ebook. I also want to read. No, reading improve your knowledge. I always believe that. Okay, so that we don't go and follow people blindly. Okay, people say one, you go and buy one. People say buy this, you go and buy, and sometimes you lose a lot. Okay, have the knowledge. Yeah, reading ebooks, all this by KC Lau. Yeah, it do help. It do help. Yeah. So if you want the free book, you get in touch. Okay, you email KC Lau. Okay. Before that, KC, before we end, one last question. One last question for you. Before we end. Okay. Okay, I think I have. Wait. Sorry, I missed a question. Okay, KC. We have a question by John Han Cheng. Okay, John Han Cheng. Would you recommend commercial property as my third portfolio? Okay. I think I'll let you answer this.
I own, as a start, I own a residential property. So me and my wife, we own a residential property. So we bought a few, and then we started buying commercial properties. So actually, the third property is commercial property for me too, right? The third one is a commercial property. And what I like about commercial property is that what you heard about this is actually true, because your tenant, I got only one tenant for my commercial properties. All of the commercial property, only one tenant, never change.
Same.
Yes, same, never change. So once they get in, they never move. They never move, and then they never call me. They never they never say your property got this problem, got that problem. They never say that. So this is what I enjoy about commercial property. So and then another part also, I have apartments which is rented to students. Students high turn around, and then they break your properties. So this is my experience.
Tell me about it. I also
this is my experience.
Yeah.
So Johan, if you can afford commercial property, I'll say go ahead. Right, commercial property. Of course, the loan, it cannot be too long. Sometimes 20 years, 25 years. It's not like 35 years. But for young people, when you can have long loan, you just try to start with residential properties, because it will help with your cash flow a lot. Then when you get older, and then you have more capital, and then you're getting older, your loan cannot be so long anymore, then commercial property actually is quite good. Yeah. I would say I would like to end up with all commercial property. Maybe we'll just sell all the residential and
The yield is much better on
just
commercial
commercial.
You also,
Yeah.
I remember you own a factory, right? You have a factory also,
Sorry, I
right?
didn't hear it.
You have
Yeah,
a
a small
factory also,
one.
right?
It's an industrial lot. It's an industrial lot.
Oh,
Yeah, small one.
all these
So the
are mostly.
one tenant until now.
Oh, you must be
Yes.
taking care of your tenant very well. All this, most of the properties are all in Malaysia, right? Except the US one.
Yes, except the US one. Yes.
Wow, that's very good.
Yeah.
That's very good. This is also a healthy portfolio where you have a mix of residential and commercial. I have a mix also. Okay, if you need to mix commercial, it will give you a better real yield, definitely. Yeah. If you do a homestay, short-term rental, not now lah. Okay, now it's because of pandemic. You have. But the yield on short-term rental, okay, like for me, even with the pandemic, I was sharing with KC before this. Even with the pandemic, I'm getting like for one of my properties, I'm getting 20-25 days a month, nearly full, and my return is 7 to 8%. It's 7 to 8%, and that is considered good because average return you are getting like 4%, right? Am I around 4 or 5?
That's excellent.
Yeah,
That's not good. That's excellent.
excellent. Yeah, but you have to spend time to understand your customer, what they want. See, this is what I do. I know a lot of operators have closed down. They shift their business model, but I still stay now. Now because of the FMCO, I stopped for a while. Okay, I close. Even that, I have a lot of calls from my existing customer. They wanted to rent my place. I say sorry, it's off limit for now. Okay.
Nice.
We come towards the end. Casey, any last parting words before you go?
I haven't thought about that. So maybe the last passing word will be if you want to own more properties, do it correctly. So some people they want to get rich too fast, and then what happened is that if you buy property that is not good, it really you'll get stuck for quite some time because property, it's not like stock when you buy, if it is wrong you can just liquidate and you go on, you move on, right? So let's say you drop 10%, then you know this is a wrong stock. If it is a wrong stock, then you sell and then you can move on. But properties is a little bit harder. So sometimes if because it's so expensive, once you get the loan, everything, so it's hard for you to get rid of. If especially you bought the wrong one, it's also very hard to sell it. You have a very hard time to sell it too.
Yeah,
so no, do it correctly. Have to be careful. So don't rush into it. So just find really good deal. Only then you strike. It's fine. Deals is everywhere.
Yeah, true. Okay, we come towards the end, Casey. I have to thank you for coming in my live show. Yeah, and yes, it's already past 9:30. Have a good rest, Casey. Okay, and thank you so much for coming in. Okay, do the rest.
Thanks for having me.
See you again next week. Bye.
Bye-bye.